Hi, everybody. Thank you for attending our Facebook Live event tonight. This is our last one that we're going to host. And with me tonight, I have Susan Steele, and she's the division chair of our Physical Life Movement and Sports Sciences division. And in a few minutes, I'm going to turn it over to her, but just a couple of things that I wanted to talk a little bit about. These Facebook Lives are recorded. They will be available on our Facebook page afterwards. So you can, if you miss something or you have to step out for a little while, you can always come back, check out what you missed, and get the information that maybe was going on while you were gone. Before we get into anything, I just want to mention that we will be taking questions in the comments. We love questions in the comments. So please, 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 if there's anything that comes up, if you need to know anything, just throw those questions in the comments and then we'll go ahead and get to those as we go through the presentation. Please do not post or include your personal information like a student ID number or your social security number in the comments. If you have very specific questions regarding a unique situation, you can always email the admissions office or you can call and text the admissions office. And I'm going to go ahead and put that information in the comments so that you can go ahead and see that as we go. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Let me get that in there. Okay, so we have a little slideshow for you guys, and I'll throw this up on the screen here, and we'll get moving through this. So a couple of quick facts about Lewis Clark State College. We are located in North Central Idaho in Lewiston, Idaho. We're right in the middle there between Lewiston, Idaho and Clarkston, Washington. You can kind of see on this picture here. We're divided by the Snake River, and the Clearwater River joins the Snake right here in the middle. So if you love to be outside, you like to fish or hunt or hike or anything outside, Lewiston and the LC Valley is fantastic for that. We have a very mild mild climate in the winter. We don't get a lot of snow or cold. We're really hot in the summer, early springs, late fall, so just really easy to get outside and explore. We have about 50,000 people between Lewiston and Clarkston, Washington, about 55,000 people. It's very easy to get around. We don't have a lot of traffic. There's some shopping to do, different things that you can explore and check out in the valley as well. Mm-hmm. So a couple things about Lewis Clark State College. We are the lowest tuition in the state of Idaho for four-year public colleges. So we're just under $7,000 per year for tuition at Lewis Clark State College. And with some fantastic scholarship opportunities, we can really chip away at that tuition amount and help make college an affordable option for you here at Lewis Clark State College. We have about 3,700 students who attend LC State with a class ratio of about 15-1. So we really pride ourselves on being able to offer those individual experiences with our instructors and professors. You get small class sizes, you'll get to know those teachers, you'll get to know the other students in your class, and that really creates a unique and robust learning experience. And I know Susan's going to talk a little bit more about that in her specific programs at LC. One thing that we're very, very, very proud of is our 97% placement rate for our graduates. This means that within 6 months of graduating from Lewis Clark State College with a degree, they are using that degree in a career or using it to pursue further education like a master's degree or something to that effect. So we are really proud of that placement rate. We're very proud of our students who go on, and we feel like we give them a really strong foundation for whatever it is that's going to be next in their journey. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Susan Steele. She's going to talk a little bit about the Physical Life Movement and Sports Science Division here at Lewis Clark State College. And just a reminder, once again, if you do have questions, please feel free to go ahead and set those out in the chat, and we'll get to those as they come up. So go take it away, Susan.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rachel, very much. So you'll notice that the title of this division is kind of long. It's Physical Life, Movement, and Sports Science. We were newly formed back in the fall of 21 when the president did some reorganization of campus. It's very great because we have the physical sciences, we have the life sciences, And then movement and sports science, that's kind of like the kinesiology, that type of movement type of career that you're looking at. They all intertwine. Take classes from all the different areas if you want to move forward. Rachel talked a little bit about how wonderful it is to be in the LC Valley, outdoor opportunities, hunting, fishing, camping, rock climbing, skiing, water skiing, snow skiing. I mean, within half hour, 45 minutes, you can do all of that from where we are. And that's a big part of the movement and sports science division. And I'll kind of talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But some of the highlights, we like to say that we have students, when they graduate, they are well prepared for careers in medicine, in health, and in well-being, wellness type careers, and also in the life science, sports, and exercise science. So we have kids go on to be physical therapists, occupational therapists, fitness instructors, and the like. So we've got a whole broad area of majors that are possible. Couple of highlights that have come back to us when I interview our outgoing seniors. I've had them tell me what they feel is important or was important during their time at LC, and they love the welcoming atmosphere. Typically, students will call professors by their first names. We don't worry too much about Dr. So-and-so because we're all people and we're here to work together to get you the very best education that is possible. Individual attention, Rachel talked about that. Open door policy, my door is open. Very rarely is my door closed, and that's pretty much the same for faculty and other chairs as well. If you need to, you can knock on the door and we'll open it and take care of you. But almost always my door is open. Opportunity for undergraduate research. That is a highlight of Lewis Clark State College, in that as an undergraduate student in any one of our majors, you will have some type of an undergraduate research experience before you leave. And that is what employers are looking for, and that is definitely what colleges, universities are looking for as you go towards your master's, maybe even eventually for a PhD. We had one young lady who graduated with a degree in chemistry. She applied down at Procter & Gamble down in Phoenix, Arizona. And long story short, she got a job working at the lab there because of the research experience that she had and the equipment she was able to work with. Internships and TAs. We pride ourselves in getting students internships out in the LC Valley, from the Boys and Girls Club to St. Joe's Hospital to physical therapy clinics, occupational therapy clinics, working at the college, working in the athletic department, working at the high schools in the area. So, I mean, getting students out into the community and actually having hands-on experience before they even leave LC. And those are the things that, looking back, that they say mean the most to them, because they were actually able to go out and practice their crafts. TAs, we have TAs available. Some upperclassmen, some of our scientists will let students come in and maybe grade some papers, maybe do some minor presentations, maybe help with the research. So you're actually being able to learn and to grow as your knowledge grows, and you're able to give back. And that is key. Some of the pictures up here, we've got hands-on learning. That's one of our students working with a little guy at a park and learning some science experiments. The one to the left is one of our students that's gone on and is working in a lab out in industry. And the bottom is where we've got some of our movement sports science students are doing research with what is called a Wingate. And basically you try to just max out. We look at heart rate, VO2 max, and study what it does, what extreme exercise does to the human body and to recovery. So those are real live things that happen in our laboratories and at this school. Very few schools you have the opportunity to truly work with professor and get out there and really do research. We always have a presentation. It's a research symposium towards the end, the last semester of your senior year, and students come and listen to you as you present your research, because by that time you are the expert in the field that you studied. Our motto is hands-on learning, human health, and research. And that's what we're all about. And I will come back to that in just a little bit. Okay, Rach. Thank you. This is kind of a busy looking slide, but I thought, okay, we'll try to get the major things on one slide so I can talk about it. These are all the majors that we offer. If you'll look, there's physical and life science majors, movement and sport science majors, interdisciplinary majors, and education majors. So that is all within our division. I want to highlight a couple of them. Physical and life science, that's all the way from biology to chemistry. We have geochemistry, earth science. This is a prime area for earth science study. We have an earth science professor every Friday. He takes students out on research trips. They take vans and they go out and they study rocks and geological formations. It's just it's just an awesome experience that he provides for our students that are interested in that. Kinesiology is a study, the art and study of the art and science of movement. So we've got majors all the way from coaching, exercise science and health occupations, health and fitness, and sports studies. So if any of those interest you, we've got that for you. That means fitness instructors, physical therapists, occupational therapists, all of that is within that. I like to key on the interdisciplinary majors because that is where we take some classes from our major field and some classes from another discipline across campus. For instance, bioinformatics, some biology, some computer science. That is a career that is up and coming. So if you're interested in that type of thing, this is the place for you. We've got some of the best professors around for this. They are truly experts in their field. Exercise science, those are the physical therapists, occupational therapists, even some go on to med school. We've got general studies, natural science and math, liberal arts, an AA degree if that's what you want. Along the way, you can go ahead and get an AA. Sport media, if you want to be a broadcaster or maybe a videographer in sport, those are some of the opportunities. And then sport management, if you want to go into being maybe an athletic director one day, high school, college, professional level. We have students out and about that have done all of that. And then, of course, we've got all the education majors, biology, chemistry, earth science, kinesiology, and natural science. So literally, it's from one end of the spectrum to the other. And the professors that are here, the one thing that I can say about each one of them is they truly care about the students, and we try to mold the education to fit the needs of each and every student that comes through. Okay. And then just, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we've also got minors. So if you want to have a major in one field and then go along the way, you can get minor. And then we also have interdisciplinary majors again, and then certificate programs, and then even a graduate program. So minors all the way from biology, chemistry, coaching, even forensic science. That's been a big one that kids have started just lately to really key on. GIS, if you like studying maps, if you like working with computers, we've got a wonderful GIS program. Health, kinesiology, middle school education, all of those are possible. We've got certificates, which is not quite a major, not quite a minor, but you take 12 to 15 credits in something that you're really interested in. So fitness, movement psychology, sport marketing, and sport coaching. Those are some of the certificates that are academic certificates, actually appear on your transcript. And then one of the newest programs, we have the very first graduate certificate program. It's in sport coaching. So we take it's 12 to 15 credits. It's applied sports psychology, applied sport physiology. You have an internship where you're out and about. So they're classes that apply. And we've had local coaches even of, the youth sports have asked about getting a graduate certificate. So it's a program that's growing, and it actually feeds right into a master's degree down at Idaho State in sports administration. So all the credits that you take here, that one is 100% online, and it can feed into the master's program down at Idaho State. Just while we're on this side, the sport media studies, the sport management, those both are also 100% available online. We do teach classes in class, but they will be 100% available to you online if that's how you choose to go about your education.
Great. Sounds like there's so many different options. Love it.
Yeah, it's fun. Very fun. Okay. They asked me to talk about some of the careers. And you can see by looking at this, there's a wide range of careers. All the way we have physicians, and what's really fun for me is we're starting to reach out in the LC Valley, and there are physicians that got their degrees at LC State that are still around. There are physical therapists that got their degrees at LC State and they're still around. So it's like, if you come to school and then they decide to stay or to come back to the LC Valley, it's kind of a really cool place to be. So much, like Rachel alluded to, so many great things, outdoorsy type things for you to do. All the way from a physician, physical therapist, occupational therapist, chiropractors. If research is your thing, you can go off and do research. Of course, a professor come back and teach. That would be awesome. Wellness coaches. I have seen hospitals actually advertising for wellness coach positions in hospitals. So it's an up and coming thing. Of course, a PE teacher, sports coach, fitness coach. Like I said, sports writer, sports broadcaster. They are out and about. I've got kids right now up in Coeur d'Alene working at NIC and working for newspaper up in Coeur d'Alene. So it's something that you can do wherever you are. Sometimes in the summer, or sometimes if you live away, we can do that. Athletic directors, athletic trainers. We have a 3+2 program where the first 3 years you're at LC State, and then you progress on in your 4th year up to the University of Idaho, and you get your 4th year there, and then you come back, you graduate at LC, go back up there for your 5th year, and in 5 years you have a master's program. So it's actually they have a doctorate of athletic training program there, and one of our kids is now working on his doctorate of athletic training.
Yeah.
So
my cousin is doing that program, and he finished his 3 years here at LC, and now he's up there doing lots of, he's working with U of I's athletic department right now, but he did an internship back in our hometown with their football program and stuff too. So he's had a lot of great success, and he attributes it to his start here at LC. So I think that's a cool option for students.
It's like we have all these little secrets that we just need to get out, and that's what you're doing. That's what this is cool. Yeah. Oh, thanks for sharing that, Rach. That's great. Okay, and then on the other side, wildlife biology. So we have a wildlife biologist. We've got botanists, mammalogists. There's all different kinds. So you can either go the human route in biology, or you can go the wildlife route, be a naturalist, even an astronaut. There's cyber, the bioinformatics degree that we have, and that is huge, like I say. And even we have a yoga instructor. One of the kids has actually gone over and worked with a yogi, and I'm going to forget the name of the country. But anyway, over in Europe somewhere. And so, I mean, who knows if that is your bent, if that is what you like, if that's what your dream is to do, we will work with you and see if we can make it come true. Okay, and then they asked me to talk about misconceptions. So this is just the truth right here, and this is this is kind of the way we approach your education, because when you're here, the idea that we really stress is that you own your education. When you're at LC State, it's your education. It's not mine, it's not Rachel's, it's not anybody else. So it's up to you to ask questions, to come prepared to learn. And if you're willing to do that, we will help you get to the next step. So, yes, science is hard, math is hard. But if it's something you want to do, we're here to help you and help you follow your dreams. Um, Sport is hard, learning is hard, but life is hard, right? We have so many available helps on LC campus. There's tutoring center, brand new in the library. They've got it set up for the learning center. Um, the only one thing you can do wrong when you come to LC State, I tell kids, is to not ask if you have a question or if you need help. We're here for you. Types of students. They ask me, okay, what's a good fit? Okay, like I said, if you're ready to learn, ready to serve, we're here for you. What's maybe not a good fit? Maybe if you're not ready yet, that's fine. When you are ready, come on over. I always say, bring them on. Come on over, and we will be willing to work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know of a graduate from the program as well who is a local personal fitness and he owns a gym here in the Valley as well. So I know he does like individual appointments with people to reach their personal fitness goals. He does classes, all of that kind of stuff. And again, that's all based on what he learned while he was here at LC. And he was able to take a few business classes as well through his program. So he knows a little bit about marketing and a little bit about the bookkeeping and a little bit about all of those things that it takes to run a successful business besides just the knowledge as a physical and personal trainer. So it's pretty awesome stuff.
Yep. And he lets interns come and work with him.
Yep.
Right? I mean, so you get out there and learning too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, that's great. Well, we don't have any questions so far, so I think we're doing okay though. So we'll just go to this last slide here, Susan.
Okay, very cool. So I asked you to remember our motto. We said hands-on learning, human health, and research. And those are the three things that faculty, we got together and we talked about, okay, what are we really all about with this huge division? That actually what happened was we took two divisions and combined them together. And we are now having different professors teach in different areas. And we are having field trips come in all the way from elementary students all the way to high schools. We have actually a human dissection class that we have when you get to be a senior. And so we do have cadavers on campus, and that seems to be a seller when kids can get in and see that. It really is. They love that. And then there's just a little quote that I have there that talks about really what we do is train students to go out and from their heart be a part of a community. They become leaders in the community because of the experiences that they have going through LCSC. Often they're called to be leaders in their community. And it's all about giving back, having gratitude for who we are and for what we have been given so that we can pass it on to the next generation. So it's a wonderful place to be. If at any time you guys have questions, my contact info is there. Just give us a call. We will take you on a tour. Email me if you have questions. I'll get you, if I don't know the answers, I'll get you to the right person who does. And we would love to see you on campus whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Susan. Like I said, we still haven't had any questions in the chat, but these are available on Facebook forever. So you're always welcome to go back and check those out. And we appreciate everyone who has been able to join us this evening. Susan, any last words that you'd like to impart? We have a student that just said, can't wait to start in the fall. So that's great.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. The only thing I'll say is all across campus, when you have a question, because questions will come up, when you feel lost, because you will feel lost, please don't hesitate to reach out. Your professors, every one of them is interested in getting to know you, being able to help you. You'll have cohorts of students, you'll have buddies you'll make in your classes. Take the opportunity to go to sporting events. We've got all kinds of them on campus. Baseball, of course, is a biggie on Harris Field, and with the NAIA playoffs here in May, it gets to be wild around town. It's just a really fun place to be, and there's contact information. And I really appreciate Rachel and admissions office for taking the time to let us share.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Susan.
You're
All right,
very
everybody, I don't see any more questions, so we're going to go ahead and end it. And thanks, Susan, and thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you, ma'am.